Good evening, my dear friends. I'm delighted to see you all here tonight. Let's begin with a verse we all know. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What are you saying, my friends? What words are you speaking to yourself and to the world? Because your words are shaping your reality. We've explored imagination, creating reality, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, living in a new state of consciousness, feeling the reality of your desires, resting in that feeling, and revising the past to free yourself. But tonight, I want to talk about another tool you carry with you every day, the power of the spoken word. Your words are not idle things. They're not just sounds that vanish into the air. They're seeds you plant in the garden of your consciousness. And those seeds grow into the circumstances of your life. The Bible tells us, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Now, I'm not here to preach fear. I'm here to show you your power. Every word you speak reinforces the state you're in. If you speak words of lack, you're planting seeds of lack. If you speak words of love, you're planting seeds of love. What you say to yourself and to others shapes the world you live in. It's not just what you imagine in silence. It's what you give voice to that carries weight. Let me tell you a story to illustrate this. I once knew a woman who struggled with loneliness. She wanted love, companionship, someone to share her life with. But every time she spoke, her words were filled with despair. She'd say things like, "I'll never find love," or "Nobody wants me," or "I'm always alone." And I said to her, "Listen to yourself. Every word you speak is planting a seed, and you're planting the very thing you don't want." I told her to change her words, to start speaking as though love was already hers, to say things like, "I am loved," or "My life is filled with love," or "I attract wonderful people," not as a hope, but as a declaration of truth. At first, she thought it felt foolish, like she was lying to herself. But I said, "It's not a lie, it's a new seed. Plant it." So she did. She started catching herself when those old words of lack came up, and she'd replace them with words of love and abundance. She'd say to herself in the mirror each morning, "I am loved. My heart is open to love." And she'd say it with feeling, as though it were true. And do you know what happened? Within a few months, she met a kind man who adored her. They married within a year. Why? Because her words shaped her state of consciousness, and that state drew love to her. Your words are powerful, my friends. They're not just sounds, they're expressions of your inner state. When you speak, you're declaring what you believe to be true, and the world listens. If you say, "I'm broke," you're reinforcing a state of lack. If you say, "I'm sick," you're reinforcing a state of illness. If you say, "I can't do this," you're reinforcing a state of failure. But if you say, "I am prosperous, I am well, I can do this," you're planting seeds of abundance, health, and success. Now, I'm not saying you should deny what's in front of you in the outer world. If your pockets are empty, I'm not asking you to pretend they're full. But I am asking you to speak the end you desire. Speak as though the thing you want is already yours. The Bible says, "Call those things which are not as though they were." That's the power of the word. You're not lying, you're creating. You're declaring the truth of your imagination, and the outer world will catch up. Let me give you another example. A man once came to me who was struggling with his health. Every day, he'd say things like, "I feel terrible," or "My body's falling apart," or "I'll never get better." And I said to him, "Your words are keeping you in that state." I told him to start speaking words of health, even if he didn't feel it yet. To say things like, "I am strong, I am healing, I feel better every day." I told him to speak these words with feeling, as though they were true, and to catch himself when the old words of illness came up. He took my advice. At first it felt strange. He'd catch himself mid-sentence and change his words. But over time, it became natural. He'd wake up each morning and say, "I am well. My body is strong." He'd say it in the mirror, to his friends, to himself throughout the day. And slowly, his health began to improve. Doctors were baffled. They couldn't explain it, but I wasn't surprised. His words were planting new seeds, and those seeds grew into a new reality. Your words are a creative act, my friends. They're an extension of your imagination. When you speak, you're giving form to your inner vision. So be careful what you say. Don't speak carelessly. Don't curse yourself with words of lack or fear or failure. Speak only what you wish to see grow. Declare the end you desire, and let the world conform. Now, how do you apply this in your own life? It's simple, but it takes awareness. Here's what I want you to do tonight. Start listening to your words. Pay attention to what you say to yourself and to others. When you catch yourself speaking words of lack, like "I can't afford this," or "I'm not good enough," stop. Don't judge yourself, just stop. And then, replace those words with words of abundance and truth. Say instead, "I have all I need," or "I am enough." Speak as though the thing you desire is already yours. And don't just speak the words, feel them. When you say, "I am prosperous," feel the relief of it, the joy of it. When you say, "I am loved," feel the warmth of it. When you say, "I am well," feel the strength of it. The feeling gives your words power. It makes them alive. So speak with intention and speak with faith. This isn't about fooling anyone. It's about creating. Your words are a brush, and your life is the canvas. Paint a beautiful picture with what you say. Declare the end you desire, and let the world reflect it back to you. It takes practice. Your old habits of speech might creep in, but keep at it. The more you speak the words of your desired reality, the more natural it becomes, until it's who you are. Go home tonight and listen to your words. Catch yourself when you speak lack or fear, and change it. Speak instead as though your desire is fulfilled. Say it with feeling. Say it with faith. When we meet again, I want to hear how your words have shaped your world. I want to hear how your declarations have brought new things into your life. Until then, my dear ones, speak as a creator, for you are one. Let your words be life-giving. Good night.